Hey there, friends, welcome to Elders Wisdom, your cozy little spot for living life to the fullest at any age. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button. We're building a family of folks who want to thrive, not just get by. Today, I'm so excited to dive into a topic I love: traveling after 70. It's one of life's greatest joys. New sights, new memories, but it comes with a few hidden risks we need to watch out for. I'm going to share 6 dangers every senior should know before their next trip, so you can travel with confidence and joy. Stick with me till the end. You'll be ready to pack your bags and hit the road without a single worry. Traveling is such a gift, whether you're driving to visit the grandkids, hopping on a dream cruise, or finally making it to that place you've always wanted to see. But let's be real for a minute. After 70, our bodies aren't quite the same as they were at 50. We're not slowing down, we're just smarter about how we enjoy life. Doctors and travel experts say there are risks we didn't think about when we were younger, things that can sneak up and throw a wrench in your plans. A 2022 study in the Journal of Travel Medicine found that folks over 70 are twice as likely to face health issues while traveling compared to those in their 50s. I've seen it happen, friends coming back from trips exhausted or even sick, just because they didn't see these challenges coming. So today, we're going to uncover 6 hidden dangers you need to know, along with simple tips to avoid them. These will help you travel safely, stay healthy, and soak in every single moment of your journey. Let's get started. Here are the 6 hidden dangers every senior over 70 should keep on their radar when traveling, and how to handle them like a pro. Let's kick off with the first big thing to watch out for when traveling after 70: getting worn out from the journey and struggling to bounce back. As we age, our bodies don't recover from long trips as quickly as they used to. Trust me, I've felt it myself. Whether it's a cross-country flight, a bumpy bus ride, or even a drive to see the grandkids, the toll adds up. Jet lag, sleepless nights, and shifting environments like going from a cozy home to a noisy hotel can leave you feeling wiped out for days, sometimes even weeks. It's not just about being tired, it can mess with your health, making you more prone to headaches, dizziness, or that blah feeling that sticks around. I've seen it happen. My friend Clara flew to Florida last year, and the time change plus a packed schedule left her exhausted for a solid week, missing half her trip to rest in her room. Science backs this up too. A study from the University of California found that seniors over 70 take up to 50% longer to adjust to new time zones compared to younger folks. Why? Our internal clocks slow down, and our bodies don't adapt to changes in sleep patterns or climate as fast. Add in the physical strain of travel, lugging bags, navigating airports, and it's a recipe for fatigue that lingers. A 2021 report from the Journal of Aging Research even noted that prolonged travel stress can raise cortisol levels, making recovery even tougher and increasing the risk of feeling off balance or rundown. I remember my own trip to Oregon after a red-eye flight and a chilly welcome. It took me 4 days to feel like myself again, and I missed out on a beautiful hike because of it. So, how do we tackle this? It starts with smart planning. First, pick your travel dates wisely. Go when the weather's on your side. Avoid extreme seasons like blistering summers or freezing winters. Last fall, my neighbor Jim waited out a heat wave to visit Arizona in October, and he enjoyed every minute without sweating buckets. Second, keep your schedule light and easy. Build in rest stops between sightseeing, maybe a 30-minute break at a cafe, or a quick nap back at the hotel. If you're booking a tour, chat with the travel agent upfront. Tell them you need a pace that fits your energy. I did this for a European trip, and they added extra downtime, which made all the difference. Don't skip the basics either. Drink plenty of water. Aim for 8 ounces every couple of hours, especially on planes where the air's dry. Pack healthy snacks like nuts or fruit to keep your energy steady, and get a good night's sleep before you go, maybe an extra hour or 2. I prepped for a trip to Colorado by hydrating all week and resting up, and I arrived feeling ready to hit the trails instead of dragging my feet. These small steps can turn a tiring trip into a refreshing escape, giving you the stamina to enjoy every moment without burning out. You deserve that, and with a little planning, you'll get it. Now, Let's talk about the second big concern for traveling after 70, going solo. I get it, the idea of a solo adventure sounds amazing. You set your own pace, explore what you love, and soak in the freedom of it all. But if you're over 60, especially with any health conditions, traveling alone can be riskier than you might realize. This isn't about clipping your wings, it's about keeping you safe, so you can savor every second of your journey without worry. I learned this the hard way through my dear friend Margaret, who's 72. She took a solo trip to Santa Fe, excited to explore the art scene. Margaret has mild arthritis, and while hiking a rocky trail, she slipped and twisted her ankle. With no one around to help, she sat there in pain for over an hour, waiting for a passerby to spot her. She told me later how scared she felt. Alone and helpless, it broke my heart to hear that story. Here's why this is such a big deal. The American Medical Association says seniors over 60 are 30% more likely to fall than younger folks, and that risk jumps even higher if you've got health issues like arthritis, diabetes, or heart conditions. Falls aren't just a little stumble, they can lead to serious injuries like fractures. And the Journal of Geriatric Medicine 2022 found that seniors traveling solo take 40% longer to get emergency care compared to those with a companion. Why? Because when you're alone, it's harder to call for help quickly, or even know who to reach in an unfamiliar place. I've been there myself on a solo hike in Colorado a few years back. I got dizzy from the altitude. I didn't have anyone to lean on, and it took me way too long to find a signal to call a friend. That moment of panic stuck with me. So, how do we travel safely without losing the joy of exploring? If you can, bring a companion, whether it's a family member, a close friend, or even a neighbor who loves to travel. If that's not an option, consider hiring a full-time tour guide or joining a group tour designed for seniors. They're often slower paced and have support built in. I joined a senior tour to Italy last year, and having a guide made all the difference. I felt secure knowing someone was there if I needed help. Also, always share your itinerary with loved ones back home, and check in daily, whether it's a quick text or call to say, "I'm doing great." Finally, carry a device for emergencies, like a cell phone with saved contacts or a smartwatch with an SOS feature. My cousin Ed got a smartwatch before his trip to Canada, and it gave him and us such peace of mind. Traveling is about joy, not stress. Having someone by your side, or at least a safety net, lets you explore with confidence, knowing you're never truly alone. Let's turn our hearts to the third big concern for traveling after 70, health risks and those unexpected medical emergencies. It's a topic that hits close to home because it's about keeping you safe and sound, no matter where your journey takes you. Conditions like heart disease, high blood pressure, diabetes, or respiratory issues, things many of us manage daily, can become serious threats when you're far from home, surrounded by unfamiliar places, and a healthcare system you don't know. I've seen this worry in action with my neighbor Bill, a sweet 74-year-old with diabetes. On a trip to Mexico, he felt a sudden blood sugar drop, and in a panic, he struggled to find a doctor who spoke English. It took hours to get help, and that fear stayed with him long after he told me. It made him question traveling again. That kind of story tugs at your heart, doesn't it? Here's why this matters so much. Our bodies are incredible, but as we age, chronic conditions can flare up, especially under travel stress. The World Health Organization (WHO) reports that over 70% of hospital admissions for people over 60 while traveling are tied to poorly managed pre-existing conditions, things like heart issues or diabetes that get out of whack due to changes in routine, diet, or altitude. A 2021 study from the Journal of Travel Medicine found that seniors with hypertension face a 35% higher risk of a cardiac event away from home, often because they miss doses or can't access care fast. I felt a hint of this myself on a trip to Denver. My blood pressure meds were delayed at customs, and the high altitude left me breathless until I got them sorted. It's a reminder that preparation is everything. So, let's wrap you in a safety net with some heartfelt advice. First, get a full health checkup before you go sit down with your doctor and spill all the details about your trip. Ask, "What should I watch for?" They might adjust your meds or flag risks. My friend Linda did this before a trip to Europe, and her doctor caught a minor heart rhythm issue early, saved her a lot of trouble. Second, pack all your medications. Bring extras in your carry-on with clear labels about your conditions, like take for diabetes or heart medication. Keep a list handy too, in case you need to explain it to someone fast. I now carry a little card with my health notes. It's given me peace of mind. Lastly, scout out healthcare options ahead of time. Google hospitals or clinics near your destinations, save their numbers, and even download a translation app if the language differs. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention (CDC) recommends this step. It cut response time for emergencies by 50% in a 2023 study. Before my last trip, I found a clinic in Italy, just a block from my hotel. Knowing it was there eased my nerves. Traveling is about joy, not fear. With these steps, you can explore the world with confidence, knowing you're cared for, no matter what. You deserve that security. Let's make every trip a blessing, not a burden. Now, let's shine a light on the fourth hidden danger for seniors traveling after 70, the increased risk of falls and injuries. This one tugs at my heart because it's about keeping you upright and enjoying every moment of your journey, not sidelined by an accident. As we age, our balance isn't what it used to be, and our bones aren't as strong, making falls a real concern. I'll never forget my sweet Aunt Helen, 76, on a trip to Ireland. She was so excited to explore the cliffs of Moher, but the uneven, windy path caught her off guard. She stumbled, thankfully only bruising her knee, but the scare left her shaken for days. She told me later, "I just wanted to see the view, not the ground." It's moments like that that remind us how much we want to protect our loved ones and ourselves. Here's why this is such a big deal. Falls aren't just a little slip, they can lead to serious injuries, especially as we get older. The American Geriatric Society reports that over 25% of people over 65 fall each year, and for those over 70, the numbers climb even higher. Many of these falls result in severe injuries like fractures. Hip fractures alone affect 300,000 seniors annually in the US, according to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention (CDC). Why are we more at risk? Aging often brings reduced muscle strength, balance issues, and lower bone density. Osteoporosis affects 1 in 3 women and 1 in 5 men over 70, per the National Osteoporosis Foundation. Add in travel challenges like cobblestone streets, slippery hotel floors, or jet lag making you woozy, and the odds stack against you. I felt this myself in Savannah. Those charming brick sidewalks looked lovely, but nearly tripped me up when I wasn't paying attention. So, how do we keep you steady on your feet? First, be mindful of your destinations. Steer clear of tricky terrain or trips that push you too hard. Skip long treks or rugged hikes unless you're feeling 100%. My friend Bob swapped a mountain climb in Peru for a gentle coastal walk in Maine, and he said it was just as breathtaking without the stress. Second, invest in good shoes, ones with solid support and grippy soles, not flimsy sandals or slick dress shoes. I upgraded my sneakers before a trip to Scotland, and they kept me sure-footed on rainy castle steps. The Journal of the American Podiatric Medical Association says proper footwear cuts risk by 20%, and seniors proof it's worth the splurge. Finally, do your homework before you go. Check the terrain of your destinations, look up photos or reviews online to see if paths are uneven or steep. If you're unsure, call ahead to hotels or tour operators and ask about accessibility, ramps, handrails, anything that helps. Before my last trip to Greece, I researched every spot and picked hotels with flat entrances. It made all the difference. Traveling should be about joy, not fear of falling. With these steps, you can explore with confidence, knowing each step is secure. You deserve to see the world without worry. Let's keep you safe so you can keep chasing those dreams. Let's move on to the fifth hidden danger for seniors traveling after 70, dietary concerns and the risk of foodborne illnesses. This one's close to my heart because nothing should dim the joy of tasting new flavors on your journey, yet a wrong bite can turn your trip upside down. As we age, our immune systems aren't as strong, making us more vulnerable to tummy troubles from food or water that's not quite clean. A bout of diarrhea or food poisoning isn't just uncomfortable, it can leave you dehydrated, weak, or even stuck in bed, missing out on the adventures you came for. I saw this happen to my dear friend Ruth, 71, on a trip to Thailand. She tried some street food that looked amazing, but wasn't prepared safely, and ended up with food poisoning that kept her in her hotel for 3 days. She was so disappointed to miss a temple tour, she dreamed of it. Broke my heart to see her miss out. Here's why this is such a big deal. After 70, our immune system's ability to fight off bacteria like E. coli or Salmonella weakens. A 2022 study in the Journal of Food Protection found that 60% of food poisoning cases in travelers over 60 were linked to improperly handled food or contaminated water, often from street vendors or unfiltered tap water. I felt a mild version of this myself in Mexico. Sipped some tap water by mistake, and the next day, my stomach was in knots, leaving me too queasy to enjoy a beach day and looking forward to. So, how do we keep your tummy happy while you explore? First, choose foods that are easy to digest, nutritious, and safe. Stick to cooked meals. Think steamed veggies, grilled chicken, or warm soups, and avoid anything raw like sushi or salads if you're stomach sensitive. When I traveled to Spain, I focused on cooked tapas like patatas bravas, and my gut thanked me. Second, be cautious with unfamiliar foods, especially if you know your digestion can be finicky. Skip street food unless you're sure it's prepared hygienically. Look for busy spots with fresh ingredients. The World Health Organization (WHO) recommends this: eat where the locals eat rule, as it often means safer prep. Finally, always pack some safe snacks for quick energy. I love bringing dark chocolate or a handful of almonds. They're easy to carry, give you a boost, and won't upset your stomach. My friend George started doing this on his trips to Canada, and he said it kept him going during long sightseeing days without risking a bad meal. Eating smart isn't about missing out, it's about staying well, so you can savor every moment. You deserve to enjoy every bite of your journey, so let's keep your plate safe and your spirits high. Hey friends, are you still watching this video? If you are, drop a 1 in the comments. Now, let's wrap up with the last hidden danger for seniors traveling after 70, and it's one that could save you both heartache and a hit to your wallet: not having travel insurance. I know, insurance might sound like a boring detail, but it's a lifeline that can protect you when the unexpected strikes, and I want nothing more than to see you safe and secure on your adventures. Many folks don't realize that their regular health insurance often doesn't cover medical costs abroad. If something goes wrong, like a sudden illness or an accident, the bills can pile up fast, leaving you stressed and strapped. My friend Carl, 75, learned this the hard way on a trip to France. He slipped on a wet staircase, needed an X-ray for a sprained ankle, and got hit with a $2,000 bill his insurance wouldn't touch. He told me, "I thought I was covered, I felt so stuck." That kind of shock is the last thing you need on a trip meant for joy. Here's why this matters so much. Medical emergencies abroad can be shockingly expensive. Think thousands of dollars for a hospital visit. A 2023 report from the U.S. Travel Insurance Association found that 1 in 6 travelers over 65 faces a medical issue abroad, and without travel insurance, the average cost for treatment can surpass $10,000, sometimes up to $50,000 for serious cases like a heart event. The Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services warns that most Medicare plans don't cover care outside the U.S., leaving seniors especially vulnerable. I had to scare myself in Canada. Caught a bad chest cold that turned into bronchitis, and without insurance, I paid $800 out of pocket for a doctor's visit and meds. It was a tough lesson, and I don't want you to go through that. So, let's build you a safety net with some loving advice. First, always buy travel insurance with full medical coverage and other risks. Make sure it includes hospital stays, doctor visits, and emergency evacuations. It's a small price for peace of mind. My cousin Anna got a plan before her trip to Japan, and when she needed antibiotics for an infection, it covered everything. She didn't pay a dime. Second, read the fine print carefully. especially about pre-existing conditions like diabetes or heart issues. Some policies exclude them unless you add specific coverage, so double check. A Consumer Report Survey 2022 found that 40% of travelers over 60 didn't realize their policy skipped pre-existing conditions. Don't let that be you. On top of that, comprehensive travel insurance also protects you from risks like flight delays, cancellations, or theft. You'll be covered and compensated by your insurance. Finally, keep all your insurance documents handy. Save a digital copy on your phone and carry a printed version in your bag. If you need to file a claim, having your policy number and contact info ready makes it so much easier. I started doing this after Canada, and on my next trip to Spain, I felt so much more secure knowing I was prepared. Travel insurance isn't just paperwork, it's a shield for your health and finances. You deserve to explore the world without fear of what ifs, so let's make sure you're covered, ready to make memories with a smile, not a worry. So, there you have it. Friends, 6 hidden dangers to watch for when traveling after 70. Fatigue, solo travel risks, medical emergencies, falls, foodborne illnesses, and skipping travel insurance. But here's the beautiful truth. Travel at 70 and beyond can still be absolutely amazing if you prepare the right way. With a little care and planning, those adventures, whether it's a cruise through the Caribbean, a train ride through the Rockies, or a quiet getaway to a small town, can be some of the most unforgettable moments of your life. It's all about putting your health, safety, and comfort first. Age isn't a barrier, it's a chance to live life on your terms, in the way that feels best for you. I've seen it myself. My trips have become even more meaningful since I started traveling smarter, not harder. You deserve that joy too, and I'm rooting for you every step of the way. So before your next journey, take these tips to heart. Pack your bags with confidence and go make memories that light up your soul. Thanks for joining me today on my channel. Friends, I hope you're feeling ready to travel with confidence. If you love this, hit that subscribe button below. We're just getting started, and I'd love for you to be part of our growing family. Drop a comment and let me know. What city have you visited that you love the most? And what's your best travel story or tip? I can't wait to hear all about your adventures. Share the wisdom with us. Don't forget to hit the bell so you never miss our next chat. See you soon. Travel safe, stay well, and keep living your biggest, brightest life.